What if we told you that your perception of strength and weakness could be entirely wrong? Yes, the Stoics of ancient Greece held a different view. They believed that true strength lies not in physical prowess or intellectual superiority, but in the mastery of oneself. And weakness? It's not about being physically frail or mentally inferior, but about surrendering to harmful habits, negative thought patterns, and self-defeating behaviors. In the next few moments, we'll venture into the realm of Stoic philosophy, exploring 8 detrimental habits that might be making you weak without your realization. Procrastination, negative self-talk, avoiding challenges, excessive materialism, seeking external validation, inability to cope with negative emotions, dwelling on past mistakes, and ignoring the well-being of others. Remember, as the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Let's explore how our habits shape our perception of strength and weakness. Procrastination, the silent killer of dreams and ambitions. It's a trap, and it's one we all fall into from time to time. It's the sly whisper that convinces us to delay, to put off until tomorrow what could be done today. It's the force that pulls us into the comfort of inaction, and it's a habit that can slowly erode our resolve and determination. But why is that? Why does procrastination have such power? Well, it's because it preys on our fear of failure, our uncertainty, and our desire for immediate comfort. It's a form of self-sabotage, a way of avoiding the hard work and potential disappointment that comes with striving for our goals. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, knew all too well the dangers of procrastination. He said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." In other words, stop talking about it, stop thinking about it, and just do it. Take action, no matter how small. Each step forward, no matter how tiny, is a victory over procrastination. So don't let procrastination hold you back. Don't let it steal your dreams and ambitions. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius so wisely said, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Ever heard of the saying, you are your own worst enemy? This couldn't be truer when it comes to negative self-talk. The words we whisper to ourselves, even in the silence of our minds, hold immense power. They can either build us up or break us down. Negative self-talk is like a stealthy saboteur quietly undermining our self-esteem. It whispers doubts, inflates our fears, and magnifies our flaws. It convinces us that we're not good enough, smart enough, or strong enough. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." Our perception of ourselves, the way we talk to ourselves, shapes our reality. If we tell ourselves we're weak, then we become weak. If we tell ourselves we're incapable, then we become incapable. But the reverse is also true. If we tell ourselves we're strong, then we become strong. If we tell ourselves we're capable, then we become capable. This is the power of positive self-talk. It's like a personal pep talk, a cheerleader in your corner, a beacon of light in the darkest of storms. Negative self-talk is a bad habit that weakens us, but the good news is habits can be changed. We can replace the negative with the positive. We can become our own best friend, our own biggest supporter. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. So let's react with kindness, with positivity, with strength. Let's conquer the danger of negative self-talk. Challenges, are they obstacles or opportunities? This question, my dear listener, is pivotal in our journey towards strength and self-improvement. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Challenges are but tests of our resolve, a measure of our resilience. They are not roadblocks, but stepping stones, designed to shape and strengthen our character. When we avoid these challenges, we are essentially denying ourselves opportunities for growth, for self-discovery. Each challenge we face and overcome is a testament to our strength, a badge of our courage. Avoiding them, on the other hand, is an admission of weakness. It is a refusal to step out of our comfort zones, a denial of our potential. So let us welcome challenges, embrace them even. For, as the wise Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." How often do you equate happiness with material possessions? In the grand theater of life, it's easy to be seduced by the allure of materialism. The gleaming cars, the dazzling jewelry, the sprawling mansions, they all promise a sense of fulfillment, don't they? But let's ponder this. Does the constant pursuit of more truly satiate the soul, or does it merely feed a never-ending cycle of want? The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." True riches, he suggests, come not from accumulating treasures, but from cultivating contentment. Marcus Aurelius, another revered Stoic, echoed a similar sentiment. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. So are we to shun material possessions entirely? Certainly not. But let's strive for balance, for it's in the mastery of our desires that we find true contentment. Remember, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Epictetus. Whose approval are you really seeking? In the grand theater of life, it's all too common to find ourselves performing for an audience of others, chasing applause and nods of approval. But this pursuit, my friends, is a treacherous one. It's a path that leads us away from ourselves and into the arms of external validation. But what happens when the applause fades, when the nods turn into shakes? Our confidence, built on such shaky foundations, crumbles. The Stoics understood this well. They preached the virtues of self-reliance and inner strength. As Epictetus once said, "Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them." It's not the validation of others that defines us, but our own self-perception. Let's remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. It's your story. Write it for yourself." Do you allow negative emotions to control your life? It's a question we must all confront. Emotions like anger, sadness, and fear, while natural, can become overwhelming forces if we let them. They cloud our judgment, distort our perspective, and sap our vitality. The Stoics understood this well. They taught us that it's not events themselves that upset us, but our judgments about them. As the wise Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Imagine if we could master our emotions rather than being slaves to them. We would encounter adversity with calmness, face hardship with courage, and meet disappointment with grace. This is not to say we should become emotionless, but rather We should strive to remain composed and rational, even in the face of negativity. As Seneca said, a man is as unhappy as he has convinced himself he is. Do you find yourself stuck in the past? It's a common pitfall, one that many of us fall into. The weight of past mistakes can feel like a heavy burden, but it's important to remember that they are not chains, anchoring us to bygone days. They are, in fact, stepping stones on the path of self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." Every mistake is an opportunity to learn, grow, and change for the better. Dwelling on past errors only serves to amplify the negativity and prevent us from moving forward. Instead, we must strive to live in the present, to acknowledge our past mistakes, learn from them, and then let them go. By doing so, we free ourselves from the chains of regret and open up to the potential of the present. Remember, no man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. How often do you put yourself in others' shoes? This question may seem simple, but its answer holds profound significance. Empathy, my friends, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's more than just being kind. It is about realizing that we are all part of the human story, interconnected in ways we can't always see. Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, flowers of the same garden." Ignoring the well-being of others, therefore, not only diminishes our humanity, but also robs us of the chance to grow and learn. When we lack empathy, we become islands, isolated by our indifference. Remember, true strength lies not in hardening our hearts, but in opening them to the experiences of others. It's by embracing empathy that we can truly connect, grow, and find inner peace. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. Epictetus. So how can we turn these weaknesses into strengths? In our journey towards strength and self-improvement, we've identified 8 habits that hold us back. Procrastination, negative self-talk, avoiding challenges, excessive materialism, seeking external validation, struggling with negative emotions, dwelling on past mistakes, and ignoring the well-being of others. These are the pitfalls we must navigate to find our inner strength. By acknowledging and avoiding these habits, we open the door to a life of purpose, inner peace, and self-discovery. The road may not be easy, but it is rewarding. As we shed these habits, we not only grow stronger, but we also become better versions of ourselves. We forge a path towards self-improvement, a path that leads to an understanding of our true selves. And in this understanding, we find strength. As the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." If you found value in this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Remember, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius.